Traveling is awesome, but you know what's even more awesome? Traveling comfortably. And ever since I bought this bag, the Peak Design 45-liter travel backpack, my travel has been a lot more comfortable. Let me tell you what I love about this bag, and also where maybe there's a few things that the bag could be improved at. Now, before we start, I just want you to know that I bought this bag with my own money. I'm not affiliated with Peak Design. I'm not getting paid by them, so this is just my honest opinion. And you should also know this is the 45-liter version of the travel backpack. Peak Design also offers a 30-liter version of the travel backpack, so make sure that you're watching the right review. Okay, the 45-liter travel backpack by Peak Design. I got the black color, as you can see, which I like. I think it looks great. There is a sage color as well. I like that one. The sage color has a leather tab, and I'm vegan, so that was not an option for me. But I'm very happy with this one. It's, the black also means that you don't see stains as easily. So, a couple things I want to mention right off the bat. This bag is called the 45-liter travel backpack, but actually this is the standard configuration. And in this configuration, it's actually 35 liters. That's good, because 35 liters is the limit of what you're allowed to bring onto an aircraft in the cabin in the overhead bin. And that's one of the main reasons I wanted this bag. It's great for one bag travel. And so that's in the standard configuration. You can expand this bag, and the way you do that is that it's got these zippers. They start at the bottom. So you unzip this, and you do that on both sides. Once you do that, you can make the bag a bit bigger. So it's hard to see now because I don't have that much stuff in it, but you see it expands a little bit. Now it can fit up to 45 liters, but it won't be, it won't be the requirements anymore for overhead bins on airplanes. So I often, or usually don't use this. I just leave these zipped up because I always bring this one into the plane with me. If I'm going by train or whatever, it's much easier, right? But when flying, I love to have this one overhead with me, and I'll often actually travel with this bag plus a small rolly suitcase. I can put like my toiletries and stuff in the rolly suitcase, and I'm a fairly heavy packer. I tend to bring lots of stuff. I'm picky like that. High maintenance, maybe we should call me. So, so I usually bring this one with like my electronics, some clothes, my laptop, all that stuff. We'll talk more about that in a bit. And put that in an overhead bin in the plane, then I check a different bag. Because of course, if you want to bring toiletries, you can easily put toiletries in this bag. There's a nice accessory for that, which we'll talk about as well. But if you do that, then of course, you're gonna have to get really small toiletries to get them through security at the airport. Okay, so this is 35-liter configuration. If you zip those open, you can get it into the 45-liter configuration, but you can also make it a little bit smaller. You've got these buttons over here. There's one here, and you've got them on the other side as well. And now what you can do is you can grab these. This is a little tricky. I don't always get this right the first time. You have to grab those. See if I can show you, and then click. You hear the click? You do it here as well. It's a little bit finicky, but with practice, you'll sort of get to that point. Let's see if I can click. Okay, now that I've got it clicked, I can push this in, and you can see here that the profile is different. It's slimmer at the top, same width at the bottom. Now with the slimmer profile, it's more like a 30-liter backpack. This is how I bring it when I'm on a trip and I'm going out for the day. For example, I'm gonna go sit somewhere and work for a little while. I'll bring it like this, sort of closer to a reasonable everyday carry backpack. But it's big, this is a big bag. I'm 186 centimeters tall, that's 6'1" for you Americans out there. And so if I put this on, it looks like I have a really big backpack with me. If you're a lot shorter than I am, that may not be comfortable at all. Okay, so if you're looking for a backpack that's gonna be great for everyday carry, you're gonna be having it with you all the time, probably not this one. All right, so to make it go back to the 35-liter version, you just pull it out, and this is the standard configuration again. There we go. Okay, what about the outside of the bag? So we've got this, first of all, this handle over here, the main handle to carry it with. It's extremely comfortable. It's extremely sturdy. You can see it like this, really, really sturdy. It's got handles all over the place. It's got one here, which I really like. You could carry it like this, but this is handy for putting, if you've got like one of those rolly suitcases and has like the handle that you pull the rolly suitcase with, you can actually put that like this, right? And put your backpack on top of the rolly suitcase when you're at the airport or wherever, so you only have to use one hand to carry both of these things. If you don't want to put it on your back, it's got handles on the sides, one on this side, one on the other side, all very comfortable, very sturdy. This bag will never break, by the way. I mean, I'd be really surprised if it does. The build quality is amazing. You know, this material, it feels so strong. This is actually something I got to tell you about, because when I was, you know, doing my research on which bag to buy, I considered this one. I considered a bunch of other bags, and I got really in depth and like, oh, what is like the nylon thread count and stuff? And there were some other bags that had like double or triple the nylon thread count that this bag does. And I was like, oh, those are going to be much sturdier, much more durable. But like, don't worry about that. This is extremely sturdy. Like, you will not break this bag with any reasonable use, okay? Like, you can go on safari and throw it on top of the truck, and I don't know, maybe even lions can claw at it. Okay, maybe that's a little exaggerated, but like, the build quality is fantastic. You will not have issues. The zippers, by the way, are also just fantastic. And, you know, while I'm talking about build quality, for example, like you can see here, you know, they're all weatherproofed, right? These zippers. So if I open one of these, you can see that there's this extra layer. Very high quality zippers. They tuck away nicely. Same thing with the main zippers at the top. They're just fantastic, really comfortable. You know, I can tell that this is going to last a long time. Very solidly built. Anyway. So we were talking about handles. I showed you the main handles. I should also mention a couple other things. You've got these straps at the front, right? There's 1, 2, 3 on the other side, and there's 2 at the top right here. Maybe there's even some, no, I think that's about it. And those are for if you want to strap something on the outside of the bag. I don't really use this, but let's say you wanted to have a yoga mat on the outside, or you're going camping and you want to put your tent or your tent poles and strap it onto the bag. You can do that, and so it comes with straps. So I'll show you. I don't use these, so I just kind of keep them somewhere inside the bag. That's these guys, okay? So if I show you over here, there's just little hooks, and these little hooks, you can put them on the outside. You know, you hook them onto like one here, and then maybe you can crisscross it, something like that. They look very sturdy. I'm sure they work fine. It's just not, you know, not my use case. But it comes with those, and I think that'll be very helpful to some of you, especially if you like to go camping, stuff like that. You can just put your dirty shoes, maybe some of your dirty laundry, or if you're like a climber and you want to bring this for climbing. I used to do a good amount of climbing. Then maybe your climbing shoes on the outside of the bag. That would be really helpful. So it's got those things. But let's talk about something that you're going to use all the time with this backpack, which is the straps. So it's got, this bag is a really cool design. So on the back of the bag, you've got these 2 flaps, and they open like this, and they close with magnets. So let's do that again, because I love the sound. Okay, so if you open this up, you can get this guy out. I'll show you like this, it's easier to see. Okay, and it snaps back again, it's so nice. This is, of course, the shoulder strap. I'm gonna do it on the other side as well, get the other shoulder strap out. Okay, now we've got 2 shoulder straps. So you'll see there's also some hip straps. Talk about those in a minute. Coming out too soon. Not your time yet on the stage. These are very comfortable. Let me put the bag on for you. And you'll see that sort of, since I'm a taller person, this will also give you a good sense of like how big this bag is. So I've got the bag on right now. These shoulder straps are extremely comfortable, right? Extremely comfortable. I walk around with this bag for hours and I have no problems whatsoever. It has a sternum strap, so that's over here. So let me just grab that for you. It starts here. This is a chest strap, aka a sternum strap. And this one, what I can do is I can actually insert that here. It's always a little tricky to find out exactly where it is. You can insert it here, and then on the other side as well. There you go. And now you've got that chest strap, if that's something that you find comfortable. I personally don't use this chest strap. I don't find it necessary, but maybe if you're really loading the bag, or if you're gonna walk for a long time, you might find this comfortable to distribute the load a little bit. And this strap, like everything else about this bag, is just super sturdily made, to the point where, you know, it takes some effort to get it off. And to store it, again, you just sort of store it on this, one of the shoulder straps right here. So let me put that back on here. I'm a pretty clumsy person, so if I can do this, I mean, you can do this, by the way. Okay, so that's back there. Shoulder straps, really comfortable, really durable. They're gonna last a long time. Now it also comes with hip straps. And so what you can do is you can open this again, and then the hip strap will come out. Now I'm gonna have to make it go round. And let's get the other hip strap also. Okay, actually let me put the bag back on. If I put it back on, then you can see the hip straps. So there we go. Here are the hip straps. And what you can do is you can just grab this and close it like this. There you go. Now you've got your hip strap, and you can have your sternum strap as well, and the weight will be really well distributed. Again, don't find this helpful, but if you're going to do like long-term backpacking, then maybe this is something that you really, really value. If you're going to do like hitchhiking and stuff. So let's put these back. Now, when you're not using them, they just sort of rotate back in like this. Very nice. They get tucked away. I love this. Boom. They're gone. And you can also, when you're not using the shoulder straps, tuck those back in. This takes a little bit of practice. The first couple times you do this, you may be a little bit clumsy about this, but you'll figure it out. This kind of goes on top of the hip strap, flip it, tuck things away neatly, click. Okay, and we're going to do that on the other side as well. This is one of my favorite features about this bag because, you know when you're going through security at the airport, right? And you got to put the bag onto the rolly thingies, you know, so it goes through the x-ray machine. I don't like to have my shoulder straps loose at that point because I don't want my bag to get stuck in that machine or inside those rolly thingies. I mean, sure, that doesn't happen very often, but I don't like that to happen. So I always put my shoulder straps inside and then close it with the magnets. And that's the same thing if I put it in the overhead compartment on the flight, or if I'm really putting it away anywhere for any period of time, I tuck away the strap so it can't get stuck on stuff. And then, you know, you're going through security and you put it in the x-ray machine. That's how that works. So those straps, all the straps on the bag are really comfortable, really amazing. Absolutely love them. Okay, now let's talk a little bit more about zippers before we go into the bag so I can show you what you can actually put in it, because that's the whole point of a bag, is to put stuff in it. So I told you that I love the zipper quality, the build quality is amazing. But one of the nice things about sort of this main compartment, these zippers are for the main compartment. If I open these like this, then the bag opens like this. Okay, this is the main compartment. Talk more about that in a second. One of the cool features about this bag is that you can actually lock these zippers with a very simple lock mechanism that's an anti-theft mechanism. So basically, you got your zippers right here. One of those comes off. I know the camera might be focusing on me, but you get the idea. One of them comes off, and you can kind of loop it through the other one, and then back onto this little thing over here. You just got to do it without you being able to see it for a second, because otherwise, yeah. All right, now I've got them tied to each other, and you cannot open the bag. So this is a really quick anti-theft mechanism. So let me just pull that back so that I can open the bag again for you and show you all the compartments that it has, because this bag is really, really good for organization. All right, let's put that back on. Cool. So the main compartment opens like this. Put the bag here. And it has this sort of lie flat open thing, which I love. It's super easy to get quick access to everything inside this bag like this by just opening it like that. This is the main compartment, which you'll see a bunch of mesh stuff and some pockets. We'll talk about those in a minute. This is important to talk about. This is your laptop area. Yeah, I always travel with my laptop, so what you do is you open this thing over here, and then it opens like this. And you'll see that there's a laptop compartment in there, but there's actually like a second compartment in there as well. See if I can show you. See, there's this thing over here. So you've got a top and a bottom compartment. The one is for the laptop, the other one is for like your Kindle. That's why I put there, maybe a small tablet or something like that. This feels very secure. It ends the laptop compartment right about here. So it doesn't, there's this empty space where the laptop will not sit, which is great, because then if you happen to like drop your bag, your laptop will probably not hit the ground or the floor because there's this extra section of sort of protection. Super smart. I love these small details on this Peak Design backpack. Absolutely amazing. Okay, this is the main compartment. Now, what can you fit in the main compartment? Lots of stuff. Great for someone like me who likes to bring stuff when traveling. So for example, Peak Design, we'll talk more about the accessories in a bit, has these packing cubes that you can put clothes in. Here's a packing cube. I put a pair of shorts, swimsuit, and a couple shirts, and it's not remotely full. And you can put 3 of those in here. So you could put 1, 2, 3. And Peak Design makes these things, you know, to fit exactly a certain number of them in the backpack, of course. But you could use other packing cubes if you wanted to. So we'll talk more about the accessories in a bit, but lots of space here, lots of space. So this is the main compartment, and it has this mesh pocket right here, which is just very easy to open. For example, I keep my sunglasses here. Or my sunglass case in this case. My sunglasses go in the front, we'll talk about that. And it has this other pocket here. What do I have in here? Some COVID masks. So those go in here. However, these pockets are accessible from 2 places. So I'll close this back up and I'll show you the other place where you can access those from. We'll do that in a minute actually, because first, I didn't fully tie that back up properly. All right, let's close the bag. See, this anti-theft mechanism is cool, but in the end, there we go. I don't use it all the time. You can also get to this main compartment by opening these side zippers. There we go. Boom, this is the main compartment. It's really, really cool. And there's one on the other side as well. And those are really handy. Again, it's from here and it's kind of this weird, there you go, main compartment. This is handy because maybe you've got your bag slung over one shoulder while you're on the go. You quickly want to grab something from the main compartment. You don't have to take the bag off, set it down, open that huge lie flat thing. Your bag will probably topple over. No, this is a real quick way to get to that main compartment, and I love it. Very smart design. Okay, what are some of the other compartments? Well, the other big compartment that we have is the one that opens with this zipper right here. So if I use that, I open this up. This one also lies flat like this. So this is the other main compartment that we have. Now these mesh pockets that you see here are the same ones that I accessed through the main compartment before. So here's my sunglass case again, right? So there's a zipper behind this, which if I opened, I would go into the main compartment. So that's really nice. You've got this mesh pocket, another pocket down here. And then on this side, we also got some stuff. I usually throw my headphones in here. Boom, they just sit right here. Now let's talk about the other side. This side has another pocket for random stuff. I keep like a microfiber cloth. I like to bring one on my trips so I can wipe down my electronics when they get too greasy. Let's close that back up. And then there's this one here, which I use for a bunch of stuff. This one has some more organization. It has some pouches for pens, for like paper tissues. This is where my passport goes. This is where my wallet goes as well. It's on the inside of the bag, which feels a little bit more secure. Lots of organization here. I mean, it's great. You know, your stuff is not going to fly around. Now this front area, you can put packing cubes or other pouches in here if you want to, but if you do that, you probably need to expand the bag to the 45-liter configuration by unzipping those things I showed you earlier, which I don't like to do because again, then it doesn't meet the airline overhead luggage standards, etc. So I usually put cubes inside the main compartment, but you could put them in here. I have put them in here before, like you can do it. Okay, then we've got this pocket at the front. And let me just zip that back up. Here's this pocket at the front, and now this pocket right here is just a quick access pocket for, you know, I put my sunglasses in there, for example. There you go. And I throw my AirPods in there because this is for stuff that I want to be able to access easily. So AirPods, sunglasses, go in there. Boom. But, you know, if you're walking through the city into an area that you feel like is maybe not that safe, probably don't put expensive things in here or valuable things. Don't put your passport in there because someone behind you can just zip that open, take that out. Don't know what they would want to do with your passport, but you know that can create a lot of headaches for you. So I usually use it when I feel like I'm going to like safe places and whatever. Okay, on the side, we've got water bottle pouches. Here's my water bottle, goes in there. This will fit large water bottles. I mean, maybe not like even like really fat water bottles should be able to fit in there, and like enormous thermoses also. There are probably some water bottles that won't fit, but like most of them will. They're very large pockets. There's one on each side. There's one here, and then there's one here. They expand, so you can see over here, they expand. It's elastic, so you can make them bigger. That's really helpful. Okay, so then what have we got? We've got here secret compartment. This is really cool. I want to make sure you can see this. I'm going to put this in front of the camera right here. You see that, you know, I'll get out of view. You see there's a zipper. And so if I unzip this, it's actually in the water bottle compartment. If I unzip this, there's this secret compartment over here. You can see it, look. This is great for putting some emergency cash, for example. What if someone steals your wallet, but not your backpack? You put some emergency cash in there and you're going to be okay. And this is a really nice secret compartment. It zips up like this. You can even hide the actual zipper itself. Kind of go behind like this, and maybe if you put your water bottle in there, you know, hard to find for people, hard to find. And I'm curious now if there's one on the other side as well, because I didn't realize this. There is one on the other side as well. Wow, there's actually 2 of these secret compartments. I completely didn't even realize this. This bag amazes me. There's so many pockets. So that's awesome. Another thing to note, as I'll just remove my water bottle for a second, is you've got this small compartment here. Let me show you. It's right here. Do you see this little tab Come on, focus on this thing, focus on this thing. There's a little tab. This is where you can put a little card with your information on it. So it opens like this, and then you can put a card in there, and this card has my name on the reverse, my email address, my phone number. So if I lose my bag, people can just, inspect my bag, find this card, contact me. Very, very handy. So put that back in. Okay. Let's talk about some of the accessories that you might want to use with this Peak Design 45-liter travel backpack. And I've got them down here. The first one is this guy. This is my tech pouch. This is the Peak Design tech pouch. I absolutely love this thing. Like the other cube that I showed you before, the packing cube, this one will fit really neatly in the main compartment. You can put this one, you can put a wash pouch, which I'll show you, and a packing cube, put lots of stuff in that main compartment. What do I keep in here? For example, my charger for my Mac with the cables, and you can see the cables have their nice own little compartment. My external SSD goes in there. My power bank, lots of cables. There's also some inner compartments here, which if you zip that open, it has like space for SD cards, and I put like a USB-A to USB-C adapter, which sadly is very often necessary. So I love this because I put, aside from my laptop and the headphones, which go directly in here, maybe my Kindle, I put all my little dongles and chargers and whatever in here, and then I can just zip that up and throw that in the backpack, right? So it's zipped up. I'll open the main compartment. So let's do that now. Zip, zip, and I'll just throw that in there. And you can see, like, it takes up like a very small portion of the main compartment. You can see that, which is great because you've got lots of space for other things, like this guy, another pouch. Now this one is Peak Design's wash pouch. So it's like the tech pouch, except it's for your toiletries. So it's a DOP kit. Open that up, again, weatherproof zipper and all that, and it looks like this. I think it's super well made as well. This is where I put like my face cleanser, my deodorant, cologne, stuff like that. There's also little things that you can put like your lip balm in and stuff. The other compartment, I'll put like my toothpaste, my razor, stuff like that. It has a middle thing that is magnetic, so you can open it, put my comb there, close it, let's click. I love that. So that all goes in here. And it has on the front here an extra compartment, which if you open that, that's where I keep my toothbrush. The toothbrush head, electric toothbrush. They got their own little compartment here at the front, which is really nice because you don't want to keep those with all the other stuff. Okay, so your toothbrush stays nice and clean. It has some extra organization options right here, some mesh stuff. So you can really stay really organized with your toiletries, which I like to do. Let's close that. Well, actually, another thing I should tell you is there's this really cool hook. Comes out like this. It's a bit finicky, but then if you have it, you see that it's a hook. You can hang your toiletries bag somewhere. If you're out and your accommodation is maybe not so clean or whatever, or there's no counter space, you can hang it like this and then use it and grab stuff from the bag like that. And then you can tuck that away again. Tucking away is a little bit finicky, but I think I figured it out now. You like fold it in like this. There we go. Now it's gone. If you're buying the Peak Design travel backpack, I highly recommend buying this guy as well as the tech pouch. But of course, if you're going to buy this and you want to do one bag travel and you're going to put it in here, you got to think about airline limitations for the size of the toiletries that you can bring. Okay, so we already talked about this packing cube a little bit. I just want to tell you a little bit more about it and show you if I put that in there, and if I put my wash pouch and my tech pouch, there we go. This all easily fits. Like I have lots of space left, So that's good to know. If you're traveling like I do with this bag plus a rolly suitcase, then you can fit your tech pouch in here, 2 of these small packing cubes or 1 large packing cube that Peak Design has, and still have space left over for lots of other stuff. Let's talk a little bit about this guy, the Peak Design packing cube. It's really nice. It opens like this. It has this really easy access thing where you just sort of open it like that. Now it's open. You just pull it. You don't even have to touch the zippers. You do then to close it, you have to close the zippers again. This also feels very well made, by the way. This product is going to last a long time. it can grow. So there's another zipper here, and if I start yanking that like this, then it will become much larger. So you can see that I could put twice as many clothes in here as I actually did, which is nice. You can put a lot of clothes in there, and then you can go ahead and zip that up and compress things a little bit, because you'll often be short on space but not necessarily weight when you're traveling. There's a separate compartment here for dirty laundry. So as your laundry gets dirty, you can move it from the main one to this separate compartment to keep your dirty laundry separate from your clean clothes. And that is the packing cube. Okay, that was a lot about the Peak Design Travel Backpack 45 liters, but the question is, should you buy it? So the price is, I think it's about $300 or maybe 300 euros if you're in Europe like I am. And I can't say for you whether that's worth it for you, right? I can just say for me, I was able to pay that, and I was willing to pay that, and I was very happy to pay that as well. Why? Because this bag is going to last me a long time. It's already made my travel so much more comfortable, and I know it's going to do that for many years in the future, just because it's so well built, it's so well thought out, the materials are so good, you know, it's just a joy to use. And so for me, I like to pay for quality. It was an easy decision. Now, Peak Design, the company that makes this, also is a great company. They donate part of their profits to climate organizations. They're carbon neutral. They use a lot of recycled materials. They have standards for pay and conditions for their factory workers. They get these audited by a third party. So it just feels good to buy from Peak Design, you know? So many reasons to buy this bag. Now I want to tell you a little bit about some alternatives. Two alternative bags that I don't own, I haven't tried, but that I would consider if I were you right now. One is the 30-liter version of this bag, made by Peak Design. So again, this is a big bag, you know, look at me in the back. This is a big bag. If you are not very tall, or if you don't pack very much, if you pack light, or if you go on shorter trips a lot, consider the 30-liter version instead of the 45-liter version. The 30-liter version is going to be easy to put under the seat in front of you of airplanes. Like this guy, you're not going to be able to put it under the seat in front of you of an airplane. Maybe you can if you have a lot of leg room, or if you pack it very, very lightly, but probably not. It's probably not going to be comfortable. 30-liter version should be easier. Like on the 30-liter version, you can have less space, obviously. You lose this front pouch right here. And you may not be able to fit like a whole camera cube. I haven't talked much about the camera cube, but this is one that I keep to put my camera in. I'm recording with the camera right now, so I can't show you, but this one will easily fit in here, in addition to some of my other pouches, but probably won't fit very well on the 30-liter version. But yeah, the 30-liter version is just a smaller version, which may be perfect for you. Now, one other bag that I want you to think about is the Travel Pack 3 by a company called AirSF, AERSF for San Francisco. I spent a lot of time researching that bag and comparing it with this one before ultimately buying this one. I'm very happy with my decision to buy the Peak Design bag, but the AirSF bag also has a lot going for it. So just do a little research. Don't get hung up on it. I'm sure that one is a great bag, but I know for a fact that this one is an amazing bag. So it's hard to go wrong. I don't see very many people getting disappointed with buying this Peak Design travel backpack. Now, if you've come this far, you may also really want to watch my video on how I stay organized when I travel. How do I plan a trip? How do I stay organized during a trip and even a little bit after a trip? I made a whole separate video about that. How I pack, how I make sure I never forget anything while I'm traveling. So go ahead and watch that next. This bag makes an appearance. I talk about it a little bit as well in that video. Hey, thanks for watching. Have a great day. See you in the next one. Ciao.